Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own experiences and struggles having borderline personality disorder. I talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, narcissism, schizophrenia, bipolar. I talk about all the different types of therapy, CBT, DBT, IFS, psychodynamic, psychoanalysis, and my own experiences with unethical psychologists who have sexually abused me, and just about a plethora of other mental health topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. And all I ask in return of you is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me and be kind to everyone else who comments. We don't need to agree on everything, but we do need to agree on showing each other respect and kindness. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified anytime a new video comes out. You will get a notification. And if you like what you see, give that thumbs up a click. That way I know what videos work well or what topics people are interested in and what videos didn't go over so well. Now, today's topic is, do you know your own worth? What kind of a question is that, you might ask? What do you mean, do I know my own worth? Well, I'm a doctor and I make, $250,000 a year. So I must be worth a lot. Or I'm a janitor. I just pick up garbage. I'm really not worth anything. Or I don't think, even though I am a doctor, I have very low self-esteem issues. And I feel like, I'm very little value. I have very little value to my patients. Or I'm a janitor and I love what I do. I keep this, I keep this school or hospital in tip-top shape, sparkling clean. And, I'm of great value here. Everyone calls me, by my nickname, two-tone. I don't know. But you see, what is your value? It doesn't matter what money you bring in. It doesn't matter, your job title. I used to think it did matter, your job title. Here's the deal. This is the answer. You have to know your own value because you teach people your value by the way you allow them to treat you. That's true. So if you're, a street sweeper and you make nothing, for money, if you have a high value of yourself, then people are going to treat you with respect. You can have a doctorate degree and be making, $500,000 a year. But if you don't have a high value of yourself, what is it? It's nothing, right? If you feel like you're nothing, then you are nothing. If you feel like you're something, then you are something. You see what I'm saying? If you see yourself as a failure, you're a failure. And everyone's gonna perceive you as a failure no matter what education you have, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much status you have. If you see yourself as someone who is a success, then that's what you'll be, a success. And people will see you as successful, and people will treat you as successful. That's all it boils down to. Not education and degrees, not titles, before, letters after your name, okay? Not money in the bank. It's how you see yourself, how you allow people to treat you. Now, this I learned very, very late in life. This I learned in my late 50s, because I was letting people, treat me like crap. Yeah. I let people walk all over me because I did not see the value in myself. Why didn't I see the value in myself? Well, I didn't have a bachelor degree, and everyone I knew had a bachelor degree. I was making minimum wage, and my best friend had a bachelor degree. She was making a good salary. She was making over $1,000 a week part-time. Well, I was making like minimum wage. I didn't have a bachelor degree. I didn't have a good body image. You might not believe that now, but I was very obese for my height. I still have a very big nose. I had, acne all over my face. So I did not value myself. And I was raised by a narcissistic mother who treated me with contempt, and like I was like, in her way. I ruined her life, She didn't want me. And so I did not value myself. And as a result, other people didn't value me either, because that's what I, portrayed myself as unworthy, That's a price tag. When you go to the store, there's a price tag on things, right? The dollar store sells cheap sunglasses like for $1 I can get. Or I can go to LL Bean and spend $100 for a pair of sunglasses. You see? But the thing is, we put our own price tag on it. Are we high value or are we low value? Now, what is being low value? Letting someone abuse you. Okay? If you let someone abuse you, whether you let them physically abuse you, like hit you, verbally abuse you, like criticize you, put you down, okay? You're telling that person, I'm very low value. You're teaching that person. Don't go blaming the person who's beating you or criticizing you, okay? Saying, you're nothing. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do that. Don't go blaming them, because you're allowing them to treat you that way. You're telling them, I got no value. You can just walk. Here I am. I'm a doormat. You can beat me, punch me, criticize me. You can do whatever you want to me because I got no value. Now, if you have high value, you don't allow people to treat you like that. Someone does that once, they're gone. Their history, okay? It never happens a second time. Never a second time. Ever. If you are a very high value person, because if you're a high value person, all right, you demand respect, okay? You demand it. And if someone is not giving you that respect, that's it. They're gone, okay? They are gone. Because a high value person is not going to tolerate that. But I was not a high value person for a long, long, long time. I let people use and abuse me and walk all over me, especially my psychologist, okay, Dr. James Barberia. He physically pushed me around. He verbally abused me. He sexually abused me. He had sex with me for 2 years. He forced me. He did it insidiously, okay, because shrinks play mind games with you. So, he pretended like he, really cared about me. He's the only one who would listen to me. He told me I was beautiful and intelligent. He knew the right things that, how people know the right things to say, the right buttons to push. And you know, I became his therapist and I listened to all his problems. It was a role reversal. Then he started calling me up and telling me I had to come in on Sundays for therapy, on weeknights for therapy. Then he started, putting me in his lap and putting his tongue down my throat. See, little by little, I allowed him to do more and more damage to me. And I turned into an alcoholic. Eventually, I wised up and dumped him and got a lawyer and got monetary compensation. But the damage, the emotional damage had already been done, and I turned into an alcoholic. I should have never let it get to that. See, I had such low value of myself. I should have walked away, before it even got to that stage, realizing that this guy is using me. This guy is taking advantage of me. He's the doctor. I went to him for my mental well-being. I have borderline personality disorder. I have a trauma history. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have severe panic attacks and anxiety disorder, depression disorder. I had all these problems, and I was going to him for help. And what did he do? But he abused me. But if I had high value, I would realize that this shrink is no good. I need to report him and I need to run out that door now. But I didn't run out that door. Why? Because I had no value. How many of you have been taken advantage of in relationships, especially romantic relationships? How many of you have, let the guy walk all over you, just, he can call you up whenever he wants for booty call. You wash his clothes, you make his dinner, you're always there when he calls, he wants to go out, you're ready at the beck and call no matter what. I used to be that way for my bestie girlfriend, she, it was always, the relationship is always on their terms, right? Whenever they, they were bored and nothing was going on, they'd call me up, and I had to be right there then and there. I didn't have to be, but I felt I had no value, so I jumped. They say jump, I say how high. You ever been in a situation like that where you jump to someone's tune because you have no value? Remember, you teach people how to treat you. First, you have to teach yourself how to be treated, what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. And once you do, that is going to change your entire life, okay? Once you see yourself as a high value person, you no longer are going to tolerate any shit from anyone. That's how I am now. I'm at that point now in my life. Finally, at almost 60 years old. I'm 59 years old, okay? 59 next week. 59 on the 11th. Almost 60, okay? Almost 60 years old. And it took this long to realize my worth. Now I don't let anyone disrespect me, okay? Nobody, okay? It doesn't matter if I have no friends. I'd rather have no friends and be respected than have dozens of friends and be disrespected. You see what I'm saying? I don't care because, now I'm at a place where I know I know my value, and I'm not going to let people disrespect me. I'm not going to let people criticize me. I'm not going to let people judge me. I'm not going to let people put me down, because as soon as they do that, poof, they're gone. They're gone, okay? You got to do that too. You got to recognize your own value. And we all are beautiful, gifted people inside. We just have to tap into that, okay? Don't say, oh, well, not me. That's how I used to say, I have no talent. I can't do it. I didn't start writing poetry till, in my 40s. I started writing poetry and getting published in magazines. I didn't write poetry. I never wrote books, okay? I never did videos. I never wore a bikini. A bikini, oh my God, I was like 175 pounds. Put a bikini on me. I always said I needed to have friends, so I stayed with gal pals that treated me like dirt because I needed friends. I had to have friends. I don't need anyone now, okay? I don't need you. You have to earn me, okay? You have to earn to be in my life. But I never was that way before. I was like the big L. And I just tapped into myself and my potential now. Better late than never, I say. But just realize that, you have that untapped potential. If you haven't tapped into it and you think that this is not true, don't let anyone treat you below that. Please don't. As I say on my channel, respect and kindness. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Respect and kindness, and know your own value. What is your value? Share in the comments. Tell me. What do you have to bring? How do you allow people to treat you? What do you have to bring to this one amazing short life that we have? We only have one life. What are you bringing to it?